Once the lifeblood of British industry, the waterways are now facing a troubling future. Fewer boats, crumbling infrastructure and shrinking budgets. Are we witnessing the end of a centuries-old tradition? Today we're diving into the decline of Britain's waterways and what this means for boating as we know it. The British canal system was built in the 18th century, transforming the country's economy. By the mid-20th century, canals transitioned from industrial highways to hubs for leisure, attracting boaters and tourists alike. And welcome back.
Hello.
Lovely and sunny today. We're sat out the back though because inside the boat it is very cold.
It's freezing in there. Too tight to put the heating on.
And it's nice and warm out here.
Yeah.
So, in a recent visit to Bray Marine Sales, we got chatting to the salesman there, and he said that a lot of younger people now aren't coming forward and buying boats. He's seen quite a decline in the younger age group. And it was interesting. It sort of got us thinking with our experience of where we're based, and sort of got us asking the question, is canal and river boating dying out?
Yeah, you put that on Facebook.
I know, I did. I took
That's
to social
brave.
media because, well, it was brave, but I thought we can base it on what we see, but it would be really nice to get views from around the country. And we did. We got a lot of comments.
Some strange ones.
Some strange ones, but some really insightful ones. We got over 150 comments, so it was really nice to hear from people and what they thought. So here is a selection of the comments. So, without obviously saying every single comment, basically the general overview was that in some areas people thought that it was far quieter than it had ever been, whereas other areas felt that it was busier. So I guess it must be location dependent.
Yeah, I suppose that's just migration of people, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's, don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that has made a decline though. That's just people moving.
Not necessarily, no. Somebody did comment saying the CRT had published stats that there was less boat movement than previous years. So interesting, really. What everybody agreed on was that the British weather over the last couple of years really hasn't helped.
It's changed so much.
Yeah.
So quickly, I think, as well.
Yeah. And we've had this boat now nearly 4 years, and we've seen a dramatic impact with the weather.
Oh, the change in summers.
In this 4 years.
And the period of when you can start to when you've got to finish is shrinking.
It's shrinking. Today, our waterways are facing significant challenges. Maintenance budgets are being slashed, locks and towpaths are falling into disrepair, and environmental factors like drought, flood and silt build-up are making navigation difficult. On top of that, the cost of boat ownership is rising, and fewer people are taking to the water. Many are asking, is boating becoming too expensive or inaccessible for the average person? Another thing that everybody agreed on was the rising cost of boat ownership and the need for better maintenance and facilities, more water points. We've experienced broken pump outs, haven't we?
Oh, the pump outs on the Thames that year forced us to change our toilet.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Also, sort of crumbling lock gates. We've, on quite a few occasions, come across a broken lock gate, so we can't get through. Plugging the holes in lock gates so that it will fill and empty. And stuck lock gates as well.
Yeah, but that's been canals, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was all on the canal network.
Yeah. We have approached on the River Thames before broken lock gates and had to sit and wait.
Yeah, you don't get involved in that. There's nothing you can do apart from just sit in the queue.
Yeah.
And then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, unanimous agreement that it definitely needs better maintenance and more facilities. In a fast-paced, tech-driven world, traditional hobbies like boating are struggling to compete. The younger generations are less likely to embrace life on the water, and the slow pace of boating doesn't appeal to everyone. This, combined with the financial pressures of owning and maintaining a boat, has led to a decline in interest. So where we're based, we have seen loads and loads of holiday boat companies up for sale, even sort of like little canal boats, like independents that sort of did like holiday cruises, selling their boats just as a boat and not even a business.
They haven't even sold the businesses.
No,
there's 3 that we know of that have boats for sale. There's no point having the business.
No. So it definitely has impacted. We think probably businesses on the Thames. Richard was just saying he knows of some companies, some Thames-based companies that have moved to canals instead. So perhaps it's not impacting businesses quite so much on the canals, but definitely the Thames. Well, climate change,
it's
basically, the weather.
It is the weather that's killing the Thames.
Yeah.
Because you used to open up, like we were saying, we were cruising at Christmas.
Yeah.
We haven't done that now for years.
No.
And we've been stuck now since what, September?
Yeah.
We've been out, managed to get out once, haven't we, since September. And I can't see us getting out now until May.
No.
If the weather doesn't do something spectacular.
Yeah.
We might get out, but yeah.
So again, it's probably a geographical sort of decline, if that makes sense. But then saying that, you know, there has been sort of, you know, collapses and landslides and all sorts.
Oh, blimey, yeah.
On different areas. So we recently did a video on the Blackwater River. Near there is the Basingstoke. And we saw some pictures that the aqueduct had to be drained because it was leaking over to the A331.
Yeah, we had people stuck in that.
We did,
yeah.
So,
stuck on the road underneath it because
yeah.
it was just flooded.
Yeah.
It was quite bad.
Yeah, so again, maybe geographical. So not all hope is lost.
Oh, no, not at all.
The decline of boating also impacts the communities that rely on canals. Canalside businesses, marinas and tourism hotspots are struggling. The loss of interest in our waterways could mean losing a vital part of our heritage. What was lovely when we took to social media was to get comments from volunteers. And there was one in particular on the Herefordshire and Gloucestershire Canal who goes along regularly with hundreds of other volunteers to help restore and maintain that canal. And I think without our wonderful volunteers, It'll be in
yeah.
a right old state.
It
so,
would. There's a lot of great people out there.
There's a lot of really good people out there who, if we were nearer, we've actually got an invite to go along and help.
We would go, but it's quite a long way.
Yes, so maybe we'll look at a local project. But it's not all bad news. Across the UK, passionate individuals and organisations are working to save our waterways. From local restoration projects to campaigns by groups like the Canal and River Trust, there's hope that we can protect and revive these historic routes. And while boating might look different in the future, there's still time to inspire a new generation to appreciate and preserve these incredible spaces. Luckily, among those comments, we did get a substantial amount of comments saying that they hoped it wasn't dying out because it was their dream for retirement.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
It's not dying.
No. And also, we still get an awful lot of comments and messages asking for advice and from people that are looking to buy a boat. So yeah, that's good too. I think maybe it ties in with what we said at the beginning when we spoke to the guy at Bray Marine Sales, that it's not dying out, that it's changing. Maybe it's becoming a bit more of an older generation thing, and that he also said that people are holding on to their boats for longer.
Yeah, or swapping them to a more suitable boat for as they're getting older,
Yeah,
so they're staying in it longer, aren't they?
Yeah, like they can design the boat so it's fully accessible and things like that. So hopefully it's maybe not dying out, but maybe changing.
It's just changing, yeah. And we're just going to need a more powerful boat so we can cruise on the Thames.
Yeah.
Like out there, look at it.
Yeah.
Raging.
As boat owners, this decline feels deeply personal. The canals are more than just a route for boats. They're a place of peace, history and community. That's why we believe it's important to bring attention to this issue.
So we hope you enjoyed that, and we'd really love to hear what you think in the comments. And like always, give us a cheeky little like and hit that subscribe button. We're nearly up to 5,000 now, so we could do with a little bit of help.
Only 95,000 to go.
We'll catch you next time. Bye.
So, is boating dead? Maybe not yet, but it's clear the future of British waterways is uncertain. It's up to us to keep this piece of history alive. And if you want to help, consider supporting your local waterways by donating, volunteering or simply enjoying time on the canals. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.